So here's an interesting challenge. I decided to use Chat GPT to see if it could answer promotion board questions within the police service. So one of the common questions that you might get on a promotion board for sergeant or inspector is this one. So how as a sergeant or as an inspector will you enable a more diverse and inclusive culture on your team? So I decided to ask Chat GPT this question to see how it did, to see if it would pass. And the results are interesting. I'm not going to tell you whether I think it would pass or not just yet, but what I'm going to tell you is that certainly Chat GPT is something that you should be looking at and thinking about utilizing, because I was absolutely gobsmacked. And I'm going to tell you more about that in this video. So if you've not watched any of these videos before, I'm Brendan from Bluelight, and I've been supporting people like you for 28 years now. I joined the police 38 years ago, and 28 years ago I started coaching and supporting people just like you to pass promotion boards, specialist interviews. And as I got promoted to inspector, I started supporting people for that rank. And then I realized that it doesn't really matter what the rank is, because certain specific systems and processes which I developed mean that you could apply those to any promotion board process, which means I've had success in coaching people from chief inspector to superintendent. Even though I've never been a superintendent before, it doesn't matter. It's the systems and processes that I've developed over the past 28 years, ones that you won't find anywhere else. Trust me, you will not find them anywhere else, because I'm always developing new ones, always taking a look at what exists outside of the police sector and seeing what we can do to adapt it to the police sector to ensure that we have the promotion board on the edge of their seats, looking at you thinking this candidate is exceptional, listening to you thinking I'd be an idiot if I failed this person. That's where we need to be. So one of the ways I'm developing this further is to embrace technology. And Chat GPT, if you're not aware of it, is an artificial intelligence tool. It's completely free. It's open source. You can set it up within minutes on your laptop or on your mobile device, and then off you go. So all I did was I just typed in the question, how will I as a sergeant in the police enable a culture where diversity and inclusion is valued? And it was about 5 seconds, it gave me this answer, like that. And it's not bad. It's not bad. It talks about how you play a crucial role in fostering a culture where diversity is valued and respected. Creating an inclusive environment requires deliberate actions and a commitment to promoting diversity and equality. Here are some steps you can take. So it talks about how you need to educate yourself, lead with respect and fairness, promote awareness and understanding, diversify recruitment and hiring, create opportunities for dialogue, embrace cultural competence. And there's more. It goes into mentorship and career development, celebrating diversity, address biases and microaggressions, and foster community engagement. And then finishes by talking about by actively promoting diversity and inclusion, you can create a culture within the police, blah, 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 and it goes on. So actually it's a great foundation, but there are limitations. There are limitations, and I tested those limitations, because in some of the things, and I'll choose one here as an example. So it talks about embrace cultural competence, promote cultural competence among your team members, encourage them to learn about different cultures, customs and traditions. Now that sounds great, doesn't it? But how would you actually do that? So I asked it the question, how would you promote cultural competence among your team members? And it just gave me a load of buzzwords. It didn't actually tell me how to do that. How would you encourage your team to learn about different cultures? It couldn't do that neither. And then I'll give you another example, diversify recruitment and hiring, collaborate with community organisations. So I asked it, how would you go about collaborating with community organisations? It didn't know how to do it. It just gave me a load of vague buzzwords. So there are limitations with ChatGPT. It's a really, really interesting development. I think forces are probably way behind in terms of how people might be able to use ChatGPT or are actually using it. And so we can use it as a foundation. We can use it as a starting point. If you're thinking, I just don't even know where to start, then we can use ChatGPT as a good foundation, because the 10 points it delivers, some of them are really good. So the other thing it doesn't actually do is tell you how to develop your answer in a way that's going to really nail it with a board. And if you watch some of my other YouTube videos, I talk about how to answer forward-facing questions. Another system I've developed, a 3-step system, which by all accounts over the past few years has been nailing it at promotion boards. So this is what we look at actually in our one-to-ones and the group webinars. So every Sunday evening we get together to practice promotion board questions, specialist interview questions. It's all part of the Enforce Advancement group. You can find a link to that below. It's £99 at the moment. It's going to go up. Trust me, it is going to go up. It's an absolute gift at the moment. £99. You get over 2 years worth of webinars, recordings as well as part of that, and an absolute ton of guidance and advice and all sorts of ideas about how you can do those things. So how you could collaborate with community organisations. We go into that in incredible depth, because in those forward-facing answers, you do not want to be delivering a shopping list. So this is 10 things here. That's like the shopping list. It's the equivalent of the shopping list. Trust me, they won't remember the first 9. They might remember the last one, but they won't remember the first 9 because they are without substance. So your answers must have substance. Anyway, that's subject of another video. That's subject of something that we focus on the webinars. But listen, here's the thing. Chat GPT is going to change the way we do things. It's going to change the way you get promoted. It's going to change the way you write reports at work. So I asked it to write a report the other day, the subject of another video, and it did it. I asked it to create some role plays for the police recruitment process. It did it. And then I asked it to create the ideal candidate responses based on the competency and values framework. And guess what? It did it. And the responses were pretty good. They need elaborating on more. They need a little bit more work from a human to put that human touch in there, which is what it can't do, but it's a great starting point. I even, just for a bit of a laugh, then decided create the ideal candidate answers or remarks or comments that they'd make in this role play to achieve a really high mark, but do it in the style of Yoda from Star Wars and then Darth Vader from Star Wars, and then I picked a few of the characters. So it just kind of tickled me. I was just getting a bit bored, but the thing is, it does it in seconds. It's just amazing. So I'm coming up with what I think I'm going to call the 80-20 rule. No, actually, probably more like 70-30. That 70% of it you can use, but if you really want to nail your board or any interview answer, don't just use the 70% bit, which is the machine bit, the machine learnt part, the artificial intelligence part. It's not going to get you through. It's not. It's actually probably, thinking about it, reflecting on it, it's probably more like 50-50. 50% of it is your starting point. The other 50% needs to be the authentic you, the authentic and emotional you. Because if you just deliver what Chat GPT tells you, you're going to sound like everyone else. Because before long, everyone's going to be working out that they can use Chat GPT. One of the things I'm going to help you with, though, and hold your hands with throughout this process metaphorically, is how you can use artificial intelligence as a foundation. And for that, it's brilliant. For that, quite frankly, it's unbeatable. It's absolutely unbeatable. So there you go, folks. We're going to talk about this a lot more because I've done a ton of different exercises with ChatGPT already. The results are pretty amazing. They've amazed me. I've at times just sat back and just gone, wow, mind blown. So tune in, folks, subscribe, click that bell notification. And if you really want to nail your promotion board, even if you're thinking it's in months and months and months away, even if you're thinking, I've not even completed my sergeant's exam yet, now's the time to start preparing. Seriously, it is. Come and join us. Check the links below to the Enforce Advancement group. Come and join us every week. £99. I've got to increase that, haven't I? That's just a gift. It's an absolute gift compared to financially what you're going to get when you get promoted. And I think we've only had, out of about 500 people who have gone through the Enforce Advancement group, I've only heard of 2 that have failed so far, just 2. I'm thinking about putting a guarantee on it. Let me know what you think. You know, a guarantee. I guarantee you're going to get through your board if you join this service. Because at the moment, the track record, actually my track record over 28 years speaks for itself. All right, listen, it's time to go. I'll catch up with you next one. Bye-bye for now.